Alright, hi group. So this is going to be the first video of the CARS project. The first content area reading strategy that I'm going to talk about is the Think Aloud strategy, and this one I actually found in chapter 5 of the Zweer's book. So what the Think Aloud strategy is it's a way for students to monitor their own thinking processes as they read. And the best way to get students to model or to adopt this thinking process is for the teacher to model their thinking aloud while reading a passage or solving a problem in class. So teachers can even discuss how good readers will often pause and think about what they have read. And it is also important for the teachers to explain to students that it's okay to reread sentences, it's okay to ask questions, and it's okay to read ahead for clarification. Now, as an example of a think aloud, I'm actually going to read aloud a scientific passage, not the whole thing, just some of it, as if I was reading it to the class as a teacher, or even as a student. So the title of this article is How Insects Breathe. Now, before I even get started reading the article, I'm going to think to myself, well, how do they breathe? I just assume they breathe just like humans or other animals do. They breathe air in through their mouth and they breathe out through their mouth and they use their lungs. That's what I think, but maybe not. So let's go ahead and read the article and find out. Alright, so it says, insects need oxygen to live, just like animals and people do. Insects, animals, and people also breathe out carbon dioxide. However, this is where the similarities end. Insects and animals have different respiratory systems, which are the groups of organs and tissues that allow creatures to breathe. Okay, so far we know that they need oxygen and they need to get rid of the carbon dioxide. But other than that, it doesn't look like they have any similarities to us, so let's figure out how they do this. Alright, it says, for one, insects do not have lungs. Well, okay, that answers one of our questions from the beginning. They also do not transport oxygen to their bodies, organs, and tissues through a circulatory system. Instead, an insect's respiratory system relies on a simple gas exchange. During the exchange, oxygen spreads through the insect's body and carbon dioxide is expelled as waste. So we knew they need to get the oxygen in and get the carbon dioxide out, but I haven't quite figured out how they do that yet. I know they don't have lungs, so this is where we would keep reading to figure out how they do that. I'm not going to finish reading the article because this video would be too long, but hopefully you get an idea of what thinking aloud looks like. So we're pausing, we're asking questions. You know, sometimes you may need to reread or keep reading if the information hasn't been said yet. So the benefits of using this strategy is that it slows down the thinking process or the reading process for better comprehension. So if the students are slowing down and thinking about what they're reading rather than just reading sentence after sentence, they're going to comprehend it better, they're going to remember it better. And then it also allows the student to think like an expert, asking questions, making sure they understand what was a little unclear. So yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. Hopefully I explained that good enough, and just stay tuned for the next video, which I'm going to do on mnemonic devices. Alright.